Welcome back, everybody. We're continuing to talk about shuffleboard strategy advice, and the next big tip that is important, particularly for new players, is playing differently if you have the hammer versus if your opponent has the hammer. Hammer's the last shot of the frame, and we know, a huge advantage. Huge advantage to go last. Nobody can knock you out if you go last, right? I think of the hammer as worth 3.75 points. The idea being that a good player could probably drop in an 8 or a 7 50% of the time, 7.5 50% of the time, 3.75 points worth of equity to being able to go last. So if I am just able to go 0-0 on your hammer, it's almost like I've broken the serve. It's almost like I've gotten 3.75 points worth of equity. Easier said than done though. How do I do that? How do I stop you from scoring your hammer? Well, the answer is by blocking up the board. So before I said that I could score an 8 or a 7 50% of the time, but not if the board looks like this. All right? If the board's blocked up like that, suddenly you're cutting down on the amount of times that your opponent is going to be able to score that 8 or a 7. So listen, nobody knows where the disc is gonna go. I've been playing shuffleboard for about 12 years now. I don't know where the friggin' thing's gonna go. But I can err on the side of a little bit lighter or a little bit stronger. So if it's my opponent's hammer and they get to go last, what I'm trying to do is I'm shooting just a little bit later. I'm trying to block up the board. I'm trying to make it so it's really difficult for them to shoot that last shot. And if it's my hammer, what I'm trying to do is shoot a little bit harder. Try to keep the board clear, play deeper on the board so that when it comes time to shoot that last shot, I've got a clear path to shoot through. That's the second big piece of shuffleboard strategy advice, which is play differently if you've got the hammer versus if they have the hammer. Being aware of the hammer, going into each frame with a mission. Stay tuned for more shuffleboard strategy advice throughout the week, and good luck to everybody out there on the courts.